Hi friends, it's Danielle and I am here with a reading habits tag. I found this on Noelle Gallagher's channel. I will link her channel below. I really like her, as well as Ariel's channel, which is where I think this tag originated. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but see those ladies below and we will get into it. There are 11 questions. Number 1, do you have a certain favorite reading place at home? I like to read in my bed. Even if it's the middle of the afternoon and I'm reading, I kind of like to lay on my bed. That is my spot. I also have a favorite chair, which you are actually sitting on, that I like to read on, and then just the couches. But the main response is my bed. 2, bookmark a random piece of paper. I love bookmarks. I was just at the library today and I stole 2 of them. I didn't steal them, they were free. I love bookmarks, but I lose them all the time. So I usually just have a random receipt in my books, but I prefer a good bookmark. Number 3, can you just stop reading or do you have to stop after a chapter? I prefer to stop after a chapter, or for sure like a break within a chapter, but hashtag mom life, I often stop kind of in the middle of a page because something comes up. Do you eat or drink while reading? I drink while I read. I love getting up, making a coffee, and cozying up with a book. I have never been one to eat while I read. I try sometimes. I think, oh, it's lunchtime, I'm gonna go read while I eat my lunch, but it just seems messy and awkward, and I never end up reading a lot. So mainly I keep it to the liquid diet. I feel very strongly about this one. Multitasking, music or TV while you read. Definitely not TV. And even music I have a hard time with. I really need to concentrate when I read. Sometimes I like background music if it's more instrumental. Rarely can I handle lyrics like classical or acoustic. But I think overall I prefer to read in silence. The background music is more if I'm like at a coffee shop or in public where I'm trying to kind of drown away other sound. I'll put in some classical music. Number 6, one book or several at a time. Definitely several at a time. I at least always have 2 going. I have a physical book, an audiobook, and sometimes the third will be a nonfiction. So I'll have a physical fiction, a physical nonfiction, and an audiobook. So usually 2 or 3. And I really like it that way, especially if one is kind of dark or deeper. It's fun or necessary sometimes to take a break and switch to something lighter. Number 7, reading at home or everywhere. I tend to read at home more. I do take my book with me. We are on lockdown pretty much, so I don't know. I do take it with me, but rarely do I get a lot of reading done on the go. But if I have a doctor's appointment or something where I know I'm gonna be waiting in the lobby for some time, I definitely will crack open my book. I'm interested in this one. Reading out loud or silently? Do a lot of people read out loud? I would be so curious to know your answer to this one. Definitely read silently, but I will say, if I come across a really beautiful passage, I will often reread it out loud because I just like to hear how it sounds. And I feel like I'm giving it more respect sometimes. If it's really beautiful, I feel it deserves the respect of being read out loud. Let me know if you can relate to that. Oh, I feel strong about this one. Do you read ahead or skip? Never. Well, you know in the Bible where they give all the descendants and it's like 3 pages of lists of names, I skip that. But never ever. I read every single word. I feel guilty if I skip a word. I'm a very big rule follower. However, number 10, breaking the spine or keeping it like new. Break it all day long. I understand it looks better when it's new, but I like to be comfortable when I read. I like to do one of these things. I am that person. It's kind of like the heat in your house. I used to try to save money and keep the house colder in the winter to save money. And I finally realized it's my house and I want to be comfortable. And I feel the same way reading. Yes, it would be nice to keep the book looking pristine, but I want to be comfortable while I read. I also do think there's something to be said by a worn out book. I got this Stephen King used, and you can see it's just almost falling apart. And I think that means it's a good book, you could argue. This book is loved, and I don't hate it. All right, number 11, which is the last question. Do you write in books? My answer is no, but as I'm filming this, I'm about to do a book haul of books that I have purchased, but I really am more of a library reader or a borrower, and so obviously you don't want to write in library books. Even so, I don't necessarily take the time to get my pen out and make a mark. On my Kindle, I do. That's what I do love about e-readers. It's just easier to highlight a passage you like. With that being said, when I get a used book and read it, I love to see what other people have underlined or highlighted, and I love to see their notes. I think it's just so, it's kind of like spying on people. It's so intimate what other people wanted to underline. And so while I don't do it a lot myself, I love consuming other people's notes. It makes me feel connected. So there you go. Those are my questions. If you do this tag, I'd love for you to let me know so that I can check out your video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. I will see you hopefully soon. Have a good one and take care. Bye.